Welcome back. Let's talk about creating a bookkeeping system. First, you want to choose a system that works for you. A spreadsheet is a great way to start out. It is simple to use. I used a spreadsheet for my accounting for the first 10 years of my business. You can create your own categories, check with your accountant, or look at a Schedule C for a guideline. If you want to skip the work, our Organizer accounting spreadsheet is available for purchase under Tools and Resources and is already set up with tabs for income, expenses, mileage, and a chart of accounts to guide you. As my business grew and got more complex, I moved over to QuickBooks. QuickBooks required a lot of training, but once I knew how to use it, I found it much more efficient than a spreadsheet. I can run custom reports and look at my income and expenses with the click of a button. If you're new to QuickBooks, check out our Money 201 e-course, Setting Up and Using QuickBooks, which will walk you through the process of getting up and running with QuickBooks, complete with screenshots showing you what to do. The two main components to an accounting system are to track income and track expenses. Income is your client receivables, service fees, referral commissions, product sales, and any other money you receive for your business. Your expenses can include vendor payables. Anyone you pay for something becomes a vendor. Whether you pay by credit card, check, or cash, the company you pay is a vendor. There are some vendors you will pay regularly, like your credit card company, your phone service provider, your cable company. These vendors should be named individually in folders and in your accounts. Other vendors you may only pay twice a year or once a year, like an out-of-town gas station or a restaurant you go to once for a business lunch. In this case, you can group them into broad categories such as restaurant, fuel, etc. Mileage. You'll need to keep track of the miles you drive while traveling to and from client appointments and other meetings. Whether you're using a spreadsheet or QuickBooks, you'll want to create a chart of accounts with tax categories. And don't forget, we've done the work for you. Our Organizer accounting spreadsheet has everything you need to get started. Next, you want to streamline your client communication so you don't end up looking like this woman. When starting out, it can be nerve-wracking to have to sell yourself to strangers on the phone or even in person. Setting up a system and scripts for communicating with clients and contacts will not only save you time, it will help you feel more comfortable and gain confidence when pitching yourself and your services to people. First, think of the scenarios where you might need to describe your services. Phone, email, at a networking meeting, at the grocery store even. From there, create forms and script for each of these frequent communications. For example, we have a client intake form for when a lead calls us, and we use a sales script for quickly responding to email inquiries. We have a different script for each kind of inquiry, moving, hoarding, closet design, whatever. We'll talk more about what type of scripts to set up in our next slide. Next, you'll want to establish communication guidelines. This will really help you to have a system to follow until you get the hang of things. It is also very helpful to have these guidelines set up if you hire someone else to help you. This means you'll set up a system where you have certain scripts or templates you use to respond to certain situations. For example, if you work with seniors, then you'll want to have a script for responding to and soliciting nursing homes, say. So your guideline would read, when responding to an inquiry from a senior, use the senior response form. Or when soliciting or responding to a nursing home inquiry, use the nursing home communication script. And don't forget to use your CRM to track and schedule communications. All right, so let's talk about setting up scripts. As we mentioned before, it'll make your life so much easier if you set up scripts for most of your frequent communications. I would recommend starting with the following scripts. Your elevator pitch. This is your service description in 30 seconds or less. What happens when someone you chat with at the grocery store asks you what you do, then gives you a blank stare when you say, "I'm a professional organizer"? Believe me, it happens. Sadly, there are still a lot of people out there who don't know what a professional organizer does, or even worse, they've never even heard of a professional organizer. So how do you describe yourself without going into a long explanation, which often leaves people more confused? Try to come up with a short, 10 words or less, explanatory description. For example, I am a professional organizer and I specialize in helping seniors downsize and move. Once people get it, it often opens up a conversation. Let's face it, you're choosing an interesting career. People want to know more about it. You never know where your next client will come from, the gym, the supermarket, the bus. I am a skier and I've even found new clients on the chairlift. It helps to think about these scenarios and have both a short and longer description. Be sure to memorize it, but also having it written down means you can easily copy and paste it into an email when needed. A client intake form helps lend structure to a phone consultation with a series of questions you ask the potential client, as well as language written in to describe your services. One thing to keep in mind is that it's very important and it sounds natural and conversational. It is okay to veer off script, but it's very helpful to have this to follow, especially to make sure you've captured all the information you need from the person. You don't want to hang up the phone and have forgotten their name. We do offer a client intake form for purchase under our tools and resources. A sales script takes the carpal tunnel out of your wrist. This can be as simple as a Word document with different variations of responses that allows you to cut and paste and respond to email inquiries consistently and efficiently. Create a separate script for each type of client you may work with, moving, seniors, hoarding, etc. Start with a few and add more as you go. We even have one for when we get an email from a family member of the person needing organizing. It may seem silly, but it will save you tons of time and keep your fingers from cramping from all that typing. Our sales script is also available for purchase under Tools and Resources. I find it helpful to send an appointment confirmation to each new client that states your appointment date and time. Let's face it, our clients are disorganized. Confirming all client appointments by phone or email will help you avoid wasting your time showing up at an empty house. You can also use this to outline your cancellation, payment, policies, and anything else you might think might be important for the client to know. Our confirmation includes the above, as well as our service contract, rate and package information, and a list of supplies the client would need to have handy. We have confirmation and service contract templates available for purchase under Tools and Resources. I admit I'm a little shy, so I find it very difficult to pick up the phone and call someone. Having a solicitation script to follow takes some of the pain out of the process. And again, if you are sending an email, it just saves so much time. Have a script for potential clients. This helps in any situation where you need to initiate contact. Maybe you are cold calling a certain demographic, or someone sends you a referral. And have a script for vendors and other professionals. You might meet someone at a networking group who says, "Email me your information," or want to offer a free talk to a group. This is also handy for reaching out to other service professionals who could potentially refer you to another number of clients. We also have a solicitation script available under Tools and Resources. Step 5, set your schedule. Be realistic about your time. As I mentioned before, plan on spending 40 to 60% of your time in the office. It is very helpful to set up a schedule and plan out dedicated office time where you can be available to speak to potential and existing clients and work on administrative tasks. When scheduling, be sure to include travel time to and from appointments. This can take a lot out of your day. It helps to schedule things geographically, close to one another, to save on travel time. And like I said before, don't forget to eat lunch. The easiest way to avoid playing phone tag is to let people know your availability. If you are leaving a voicemail on Monday and are not planning on being in the office again until Wednesday, let the person know. Our office manager works mother's hours, so when she leaves a voicemail for a client, she lets them know that she's only in the office until 3 p.m. Rarely do I have to field a phone call outside of these hours. Respect your schedule. Try to stick to a schedule. Sometimes client availability will dictate your schedule and you'll need to be flexible. The important thing is to give yourself enough time to take care of office work or you'll be overwhelmed. You need to stay ahead of your game in order to help them with theirs. And speaking of overwhelmed, don't forget to take a break. Leave yourself some free time to relax and enjoy life. That's one of the reasons we're working for ourselves after all. Let's talk about some keys to success. First, get your systems in place. They'll make your life so much easier, I promise. I've tried and tested these. Be realistic with your time. There are only so many hours in a day, and sometimes many of them are spent just getting from one place to another. Automate as much as you can. Develop forms, scripts, and templates to keep from reinventing the wheel every time you need to reply to an email or make a phone call. Modify as you go. Your systems will need tweaking as you progress. Update them when you need to. Of course, you can refer to our comprehensive course notes as you progress. And you can rewatch this course anytime by signing in to the Organizing You website. So take the next step. First, download the tools and resources you need for success. These could include our Organizer accounting spreadsheet, client intake form, sales script, confirmation templates, service contract template, and a solicitation script. We've done it all for you, so you don't have to. And to further take the next step, check out our e-courses and other resources at organizingyou.com, including Money 201, setting up and using QuickBooks. You can sign up for a one-on-one business coaching session with a member of the Organizing You team. Organizing You can help you with any area of your organizing career. Coaching is included in all of our organizer training packages, so contact us today to schedule a session. And take advantage of the 20% off coupon we emailed you to expand your knowledge even more. Thank you for attending Business 201, Systems for Success. You are well on your way to becoming a successful professional organizer. Please email us anytime with questions, comments, or feedback at info@organizingyou.com. We'd love to hear from you. Have a wonderful and organized day.